You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just text FINANCE, FINANCE, to 357-911 right now to get started. That's FINANCE, FINANCE, to 357-911. Auto financing the easy way. Text FINANCE to 357-911.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your healthcare? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
At St. Jude, our family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Chemical. Park at West Point, located in Yukon, is a place you can call home. We have everything you could possibly want in a luxurious apartment. Pools, indoor and outdoor fireplace, dog park, 24-hour fitness, and business area. Whatever it is you need, we've got this. Hashtag Case We Got This. So come check us out. See what we have to offer you. Call today 345-6139 or stop into Park at West Point, located at 301 Point Parkway Boulevard in Yukon.
Hudiburg is the name to know for over 60 years when you're buying your next truck. Hudiburg Chevrolet has the most truck inventory in the state, and now they're priced way below the usual internet pricing. Hudiburg Chevrolet is marking millions off all our prices to stay Oklahoma's #1 GM destination. So why wouldn't you visit Hudiburg during Truck Month? Plus, we give more money for trades because we need your trade. Come see why thousands of Oklahomans have bought their vehicle from a name they've trusted since 1957. We're Oklahoma owned and Oklahoma operated. Hudiburg. Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's Hudiburg Truck Month, so come get your new truck today. Hurry, this sale ends soon. Hudiburg Chevrolet, I-40 and Hudiburg Drive across from Rose State in Midwest City are online and on sale 24/7 at HudiburgGM.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
You can count on Hudiburg, we'll give you more.
With spring right around the corner, now is the best time to consider membership at the Greens Country Club. Members at the Greens enjoy no minimums and no assessments while engaging in an array of activities on and off the course. Enroll now in golf, tennis, or social and receive significant savings on your joining fee. Whether you're looking to play golf on our renovated championship layout, hone your tennis skills in our 6 indoor and outdoor tennis courts, stick to your New Year's resolution in our fitness center, or lounge poolside this spring and summer, the Greens offers something for the whole family. Looking to connect with others in the community? The club offers a wide variety of social events for all ages, including wine paired dinners, family game nights, networking events, kids night out, and so much more. The all-new Twisted Oak Tavern provides exceptional farm-to-table food and specialty cocktails in a stylish new environment. We boast the #1 tennis program in the state, host an array of organized leagues and events on and off the course, and most importantly, continue to invest in the future of the club. Enroll between now and May 1st and save as much as $2,500. For more info or to schedule a tour, contact the membership department at 405-751-6266 or visit thegreenscc.com.
Hello, everybody. Bo Newsom along with Mad Max and his daughter Alicia. It's Max Madness going on now at Automax Hyundai in Norman. Tell them all about it, Max.
Check it out. Over 50,000 square foot of showroom.
That's a half a mile of cars, Dad.
How about a brand new 2018 Kona with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty for only $17,898. You heard it right, folks. $17,898 on a brand new sport utility. Give them another example.
Or look at this 2019 Santa Fe SE. Take $4,500 off or with a payment as low as $239 a month. All this madness going on during the Spring Fever sales event only at Automax Hyundai of Norman. Or check us out online at AutomaxHyundaiNorman.com. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty plus Hyundai Assurance.
2018 Hyundai Kona, stock number HN10776, sale price $17,800. With 20% cash down. 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe, stock number Y14985, sale price $22,400. With 25% cash down or trade at 4.24% financing for 84 months with approved credit, all new rates apply.
The deals are automatic at Automax.
KOKC, Talk Radio's new generation. It's time to rise above.
I struggled with addiction for many years, and the initial surrender, I give up, that rock bottom. You know, everybody has different points in their life. Whatever gets you there, whatever gets you to the room, you burn your suit.
You're listening to Rise Above Radio.
My daughter is amazing when she's not on drugs or alcohol. I mean, can't imagine how beautiful and talented and loving and giving. I wish everybody listening would understand it's not the person, it truly is the drugs and alcohol. It takes away everything that's good and beautiful.
There's addicts out there that need help, and I just feel bad for the people that don't have the support system that we have. Got to reach out. Just got to reach out and take a chance.
I just want to speak to the fact that what you're doing here with this radio station, and I promise you, right now, there is somebody listening because of your efforts and what you're doing. You're saving their lives.
I want them to know I thank them from the bottom of my heart for giving me my son his life back. Do not stop. There's more lives that needs to be saved.
Be a part of Rise Above Radio at 405-478-1520
and 1-866-530-5662. This is Rise Above Radio on KOKC.
It is Rise Above Radio. Welcome into the show. 95.3 FM, 1520 AM here in Oklahoma City on KOKC Radio. You can listen to us on your Alexa device. iHeart Radio app. Facebook Live is going on right now at KOKC Radio. And, man, if you want to contribute to the conversation, 405-478-1520, because we are going to be having some good conversations. I love doing this show. It's one of my favorite things. Listen, I've been in radio almost 2 decades, and never in a million years did I think that God would use me in the way that He is doing this show. It's not mine; it's His. So the idea for Rise Above came along when I had a couple of months sober, and I had this feeling inside that I wasn't made to be anonymous, if you will. And that maybe this was the avenue that He would want me to use. You know, I kicked around podcasts, I kicked around like video ideas and whatever it was. And so when Rise Above started, it was because of my addiction with alcohol and my sobriety and things. But this show is not just about drinking. It's not just about drugging. It's not just about these, addictions that you might just hear about. It's about all of them, because I think together we can inspire one another and rise above. So this show is one that I'm extremely excited about doing. Miss Eastern Oklahoma County, Maddie Lauder, joins us, as well as Rebecca Wheeler. And Rebecca Wheeler is Miss Oklahoma International, and you guys are here on behalf of the Oklahoma Eating Disorders.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm super excited. You have an event today that you were explaining to me, and I live like not far from there, so I'm going to try to make it out. That's going to be awesome. So we'll talk about that. And you reach our brave women. You're going to share your story, and I'm telling you, man, we aim to inspire and not impress. And we aim to be effective and not famous. And I can tell right now, somebody, even if the one is listening, you're going to get some hope from you guys, man. So thank you so much. And as I mentioned, I was saying, for me, I was your hypocritical addict. I would drink like a fish and then be like, well, I don't understand eating. I don't understand. And man, just in conversation talking to you guys prior to starting the show, I've already learned so much about it. So I can't wait to get plugged in and you guys share your story and stuff. After 3 o'clock, we're going to hear from Jonathan. He's going to be calling in from Chicago Hope Dealers. I don't know this dude from Adam, but I can tell you he's one tatted up fellow, and he's got an amazing story too. And he posted just the other day, he's got about 1,100 days clean from heroin and all kinds of stuff too, man. So we're going to try to change some lives today on the show. But let's get right into it. Rebecca, Miss Oklahoma International, Rebecca Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
What's your story?
So I have 10 years that I struggled with an eating disorder. I struggled from the time that I was about 12 years old on, and it started in my mind whenever the trigger for me was I was at a family reunion, and one of our really close family friends said to me, "Oh, you're going to be so pretty when you lose that baby fat." And I remember eating, I was in the middle of the dinner, and I set my plate down, and I came home and went on my first diet. And that was in 6th grade. Right. And it just escalated quickly to a full-blown eating disorder. And then for the next 10 years, I battled this horrible eating disorder because it's such a mental battle. And then I've been now in recovery for 11 years, which is amazing. I'm 34 now, and I've got 2 kids and an amazing husband, and I credit 100% of my recovery to God, to my family, to my husband, and to great therapy and counseling. Yeah,
amen. And that's how important it is to stay plugged in. You got to work a program, and you got to, one time I had somebody call, I was just in conversation, and I, during the week, I co-host an afternoon show. So somebody called in, and they had less than approving things to say about treatment facilities. And I had a loved one that had been there, and all they do is take your money. And so I just simply asked, and not asking with any kind of judgment, I just said, how did they work a program after they left the doors of the... Well, no, they were supposed to be fixed. You get fixed in there, and then you're back in society. But I absolutely love what you said earlier about... eating disorders. Different because I told you, 27 months sober, and I'm just like you. Program, community, and then first and foremost, it's my higher power. I mean, without God, my addiction was a spiritual bankruptcy completely. So, but what you said is with eating disorder and recovery, as far as that goes, you can't stop eating.
Right.
So how do you work around that?
It's a different type of battle in recovery, and learning to listen to your body and listen to your mind and separate the fact from the fiction is so important to me in my recovery. And those triggers that I know are my triggers, trying to avoid those and really stick with what is my recovery option. So I do a lot of meditating, a lot of yoga, a lot of walking, a lot of journaling. Those are sort of my ways that I deal with the triggers because you can't get away from it. Eating is everywhere. The diet culture is everywhere.
Right.
You know, get ready for swimsuits in the summer. Get ready for spring break diet. And so it's everywhere. You can't avoid it. It's different than some addictions that you can just walk away from. You cannot walk away from overeating or undereating or just eating in general. You have to learn how to eat in a healthy way for your body.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you want to add something to that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I love the fact that you kind of said separate the mind from the mindfulness. And really, recovery isn't you're there or you're not there. It's not a final destination. It's this process, and it's ongoing forever. And I'm sure that you experience this as well. You get to take the choice to either take steps closer to that healing and that better life and that mindful life, or you can fall back prone to those triggers. And it's finding those triggers that really drive you back into the unhealthy ways that you have to divide out of your life.
Right. What's an example of for a trigger for you guys? I mean, I don't know how you feel talking about them, but
something for me is size of clothes. So the size that clothes that like when I'm shopping, if I have to buy a size 6 or 8 or whatever, and I normally wear a 4, that's triggering for me. And so I have to just remember that these designers make their clothes in the most random sizes. I don't know if you've ever seen this graphic, but there's like 6 pairs of jeans, all size 12. Everyone is different. They're laying on top of each other. Everyone looks different. Right. So I've had to learn that the size literally does not matter at all. And it doesn't. And that's sort of the inspiration for the thing that we're doing tonight, the event. That it's not about the size, it's about how you feel in your own body and your own confidence. And that, for me, has been really helpful. I sometimes don't even look at the size. I'll just pull a whole bunch of stuff in the dressing room, try it all on. And after I buy it, then I might see, oh, well, that was a smaller size than I thought it was, or bigger size, but who cares, you know?
Yeah. So the same thing for you, sort of, Patty?
For me, yes, size. But I think my biggest thing was stepping on a scale. From my experience, I went to a performing arts school where they weighed their dancers.
Oh, man.
And that was a huge trigger for me. And I still see a lot of my friends who are in that program deteriorating their self-worth because of a number on a scale and a number they're required to be. And for me, it was a numbers game. It was all about how many calories I ate, or what the number was on a scale, or how many miles I ran. And it was this equation with no meaning to it because numbers don't matter. You're not defined by a number. And so that mental reconstruction of my brain, really, of saying that, you know what, you're not Maddie because you're a number. You're Maddie because you're Maddie, and God created you in this beautiful way, and you should embrace that.
Yeah. That's Maddie Lauder, and this is Rise Above Radio on KOKC. Rebecca Wheeler joined us as well. And let's talk real fast about the event, and then we'll go back just a little bit more and hear your story, too. So tonight in Edmond, and where's the location at Farmers Market, the outdoor area?
It's at Venue 102, which is right behind the Edmond Farmers Market. It's an indoor area, so it'll be warm because it's a cold day.
Yeah, it is very cold.
It's an indoor event, and it's a fashion show. It's benefiting the Oklahoma Eating Disorders Association, and it's called Walking with Worth. The whole point of the fashion show is to celebrate beauty in every shape and size.
Amen.
So we have bought models of every body shape, every size, every age, every ethnicity, all walking in the show. We've got 7 great boutiques, all local, who are showing their clothing in the show, and I'm so excited. We've got great catering. We've got amazing silent auction items. It's going to be a really fun event. It starts at 7 o'clock at Venue 102.
That's awesome. You know, as you're talking, I was thinking, and before we started the show, you have experience in media as well, and so we talked about different stories and just in general. And you even nailed it, you know, what kind of a motto that when we do this, if it bleeds, it leads, and the stories that we hear and just the climate of everything. And I think it's, especially for women, you know, I got 2 kids. I'm a girl dad. I got 2 daughters, proudly girl dad. And you know, I got sisters, mom, wife, and all that stuff. But it's really important. I can't imagine what women, honestly, the stigma and the expectations and all of that stuff that women have to go through. And you nailed it when you said somebody commented to you about baby weight. You know, once you lose the baby weight. I mean, I can see why that would start to be challenging for someone to think about.
Yeah, you know, when you're in puberty and you're just having enough body changes as it is, and then someone says something like that to you, it made me feel that I wasn't pretty the way that I was currently. Yeah. And I'd never had that thought, is I wasn't good enough. Right. And so that was the trigger. And what my message and what my personal organization and platform is called the You Are Enough movement. And that is my whole goal, is to help women feel enough, because we compare ourselves so often to other people from Pinterest or from social media.
Yep.
And if you can just really, truly believe you are enough, it is a life-changing thing, no matter if you're dealing with an eating disorder or not.
Yeah. I mean, the expectations that we live in, we have to meet. We've gotten the social media is one of those, and we talk about it all the time, that you just, for me, eventually I say I got fatigued from my own facade because I just put your best foot, put your best front forward. And then, I made a comment to somebody the other day. It's got to be really exhausting when you're always trying to chase and keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, yeah. So, anything you want to add to that, Maddie, before we take a break?
We'll just take a break.
Take a break, she says. Right on. All right, it's Rise Above Radio on KOKC. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of it, Rebecca Wheeler, Miss Oklahoma International. Man, my daughter McKenna, she's 7. I call her Bean. And today I said, Bean, guess who's going to be in studio? And, man, her eyes lit up. So she might stop through. I don't know. But we'll take your calls. You want to contribute to the conversation, you're more than welcome to. 405-478-1520. Also, Facebook Live. We're doing it at KOKC Radio. It's Rise Above. We're back after this.
KOKC.
This is my favorite radio station right here.
At Mill Creek Carpet and Tile, they believe a healthy family and clean home is everything. They also know that older floors often host pesky germs and allergens, which is why they want to help you take your spring cleaning to the next level with Shaw Luxury Vinyl Plank Floors. Waterproof, scratch-proof, and spring clean-approved flooring, perfect for keeping your home crisp, clean, and beautiful this spring. Visit Mill Creek Carpet and Tile at their Stillwater location for an in-home measure and design consultation on the house. Ever thought about owning a Lexus? Now is the time. Eskridge Lexus has over 150 new and used vehicles that received minimal damage due to the recent storms. Take advantage of huge discounts. All damaged vehicles have been tagged for sale with upfront pricing available on every vehicle. All warranties are intact and prices may never be this low again. Drop by Eskridge Lexus, 700 West Memorial Road for the best selection of new and certified pre-owned Lexuses. You can own an Eskridge Lexus today.
Find the best prices on your favorite nutritional supplements at Meridian Avenue Nutrition, 1321 North Meridian Avenue. Garden of Life Probiotics, meal replacements, multivitamins and enzymes, Nordic Naturals Omega-3 Fish Oil, Noni, Goji, elderberry, and aloe vera juice, herbal remedies in both capsules and liquid tinctures, Immune Tree 6 Colostrum, Limu Z6. Stop at Meridian Avenue Nutrition, 1321 North Meridian Avenue, or call 943-6000 or 800-221-4973. We now have Kratom and CBD oil.
It's springtime at West Point Chrysler Jeep Dodge, and it's time to go topless.
Whoa. You shouldn't be saying that, and you dang sure shouldn't be saying it on the radio.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm talking about going topless on your new Jeep Wrangler during our Jeep Freedom Day sale.
Now that makes sense, because you can come in today and take up to $5,000 off the original MSRP on several Wranglers in stock. So I guess you're right. It is time to go topless.
Yes, it is. And to get the best deal on any Jeep, just head west
to West Point Chrysler Jeep and Dodge,
I-40 and Mustang Road.
How do you turn half-carat diamond stud earrings into 3-carat diamond stud earrings? By using the Diamonds Direct 110% upgrade policy, of course.
I personally have one client. When I first started working here, she bought a pair of studs for me. We have now upgraded her 6 times. She has 3-carat studs.
That's Diamonds Direct Sarah Oldham with a real-life example of how it works. You buy a diamond today, keep it for at least a year, and you get 110% of your original purchase price back anytime you upgrade, regardless of how much larger you decide to go.
When I first started working here, she came in and bought a half-carat pair of round brilliant studs, and she has upgraded 6 times. We are now at 3 carat.
So with the original purchase price and the extra 10% back plus a few extra dollars, it's easy to go bigger.
Every time she had a Christmas bonus, one time on Valentine's Day, just whenever she had extra money, we did the upgrade.
Next thing you know, your half-carat earrings are 3 carats. Wow.
Everybody wants bigger diamonds. I say go for it.
Diamonds Direct. Unbeatable selection, uncompromising quality, unrivaled value, and the most unbelievable warranties and guarantees in the industry. On North Penn.
Talk Radio's new generation. KOKC.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream when
right, welcome back into Rise Above Radio, 95.3 FM, 1520 AM in Oklahoma City. We are KOKC, also available on KLRNradio.com. Thanks for picking us up the show, man. Appreciate it. Maybe some more affiliates coming soon. Again, this is God's show, not mine. I'll let him lead the way. We'll just roll with it. Also on Facebook Live, KOKC Radio. And in studio, I have Rebecca Wheeler. Rebecca is Miss Oklahoma International, as well as Maddie Lauder. Maddie is Miss Eastern Oklahoma County. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Is that right? Right on. Very nice. It was funny during the break. I said, and you guys are here on behalf of Oklahoma Eating Disorder. I should throw that there. But you guys are good at this. And you said, well, you kind of have to get, when you're doing pageants, you got to be able to talk. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so the movement, Rebecca, is the You Are Enough movement.
Mm-hmm.
And what was how was the seed planted for this movement, and what's it about?
Yeah, so my husband and I were actually driving home from Dallas one day, and I was trying to pick something for a pageant platform. This was back in 2015, and I'd always thought I would do volunteering. I love volunteering. I love being in the community. I'm really involved. And I thought, well, I'll just talk about volunteering. And I'd been talking to one of my mentors, and she said, I really think you should share your story about recovery and about your eating disorder. And I was just not ready.
Right.
I had never publicly spoken about it. My family knew, but it was something I was not ready to talk about. And as we were driving home this next day, after we had that conversation, I heard a song on the radio, and the DJ said before, I just want whoever's listening to this know you are enough.
Right.
And I looked at my husband and I said, oh, well, I think God's telling me I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. That was the inspiration. That's where it came from. It started off just as a social movement, and now it's kind of grown into, seriously, internationally. It's worldwide. I've impacted 8 countries. We've shipped shirts to 18 states in the United States with our logos, and all of the funds that we raise go toward Project HEAL, which is an international eating disorders association, as well as the National Eating Disorders Association, and then my mission to continue this work.
Yeah. And we talked briefly just a little bit about, so as you're, growing, it started when did you say you were 6 when somebody said that? 12.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody made the comment to you, you'll be a beautiful lady once you lose the baby weight.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that carry all the way up to adulthood?
Yeah.
And where did we go from there in your story?
So as I grew into an adult, and I'm glad when I was in college, I took a nutrition class. That was the first time I ever really thought about food as fuel. I never thought about food as anything other than something I had to eat to stay alive, and something that was hurting me by making me a size I wasn't comfortable with being in the middle of my disorder. I never looked at food as a way to be healthy. I always looked at it as something I had to do, and I dreaded it, and I avoided it. So being able to learn that food could be fuel was life-changing for me. And I started really learning that, I can fuel my body and eat and be healthy and have energy. This is a new thing for me. So once I got through college, I met my husband. And that was the first time I ever felt like someone truly loved me no matter what I looked like. Granted, of course, my parents always had. But it was different to know that someone could love me no matter what I looked like. He never mentioned my size, my weight, my body, ever. Mm-hmm. He just loved who I was as a person. That was pretty incredible. And for someone who had dealt with this for so long, it was the first time I truly felt enough and valued. So that was really the first time I can consider myself recovered, was when we were dating. And through therapy and counseling, I've now been in recovery for 11 years, and I've also been married for 11 years. So there's something hand in hand with that.
Yeah, you kept him. You got a good one there.
Yeah, still got him. Now we've got 2 amazing children. We've got an 8-year-old son and a 6-year-old son. So you're a girl dad, but I'm a boy mom.
Right.
And I am literally in the dirt all the day. So totally opposite of your life.
Yeah, no doubt. That's awesome. That's Rebecca Wheeler joining us, and also Maddie Lauder is here. And Maddie, you were a dancer, is that right?
Yes.
So growing up, so I bet there was a lot of pressure. Obviously, you said that dancers weighed constantly.
Yeah, so I started dancing when I was 3 years old, and I wouldn't regret it for a moment. I loved every single second of being in the dance studio, working hard. It taught me so much dedication and perseverance, but it was also a mind game. I was constantly looking in a mirror, constantly comparing myself to, my leg's not as high as that girl's leg, or my body doesn't look like that girl's body. She's thinner than me. She's a little bit more muscular than me. So it was trying to kind of put the blinders on, which when I grew up in that, and then I decided to perform. I wanted to go perform and be a professional dancer. I decided to go to school for it. So I auditioned for a dance program at a university here, and I was not accepted because I wasn't the weight that they wanted me to be. And they told me that I couldn't be a dancer unless I was that weight. They have a performance company, and if you're in that company, you are designated to be in this range of whatever they tell you to be for a weight. And from the moment I received that letter back from the university saying that I wasn't a dance major, that was the definition of my worth for the next 3 years of my life. Right. And trying to overcome that was a battle in itself. And me having to kind of overcome the fact that I wasn't a number on a scale, like I said. But it started out very unhealthy. I decided that I needed to do the one thing to make my school happy, and that was lose weight so that I could please them. And that's not how life works. You can't make anyone happy but yourself.
Right, true, yeah.
Yeah, and that was just me figuring that out in these past 3 years. And now I decided that, you know what, I don't need to be in a program that's deteriorating my self-worth. I decided to recently switch majors to psychology and pursue a career where I can help others heal, like a therapist has helped me heal, and I want to go into clinical psychology so I can be an eating disorder recovery therapist.
Oh, man. What's that? God's plan, right?
Yeah,
None
absolutely.
of it. We had no idea what he's got in store for us, but it's like, okay, be patient. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did it feel like? What were the feelings that you battled with, both of you guys, Rebecca and Maddie, when you were in the middle of that active eating disorder?
Honestly, I don't remember a lot about it because I was just in such a dark, dark place.
Yeah.
And I don't have any really pleasant memories of that time of my life. It was just a constant obsession. That's the only way I can describe it, is I was obsessed. It was all I thought about. Every decision I made came back to, will this make me closer to my goal of being the best at my disorder?
Right.
I'm very type A. I'm very goal oriented. If you know anything about me, I do everything 100%. And when
it's like 120%.
Is it like
actually.
100? Round it up, carry the one. Yeah.
And when I became like truly in the disorder versus just on a diet, it was obsessive, and it was all I thought about every day. I was actually homeschooled from through 7th grade, so from 3rd to 7th grade. So when it started, I was homeschooled, and then I went to public school in 8th grade. And once I got around those other girls, it was even more motivating to be better, to be smaller, to be the best at this disorder, and to also be hiding it all the time. So you're always trying to double check yourself. Did someone see me skip that meal? Did someone see me go to the bathroom afterwards? Like always thinking about, it's just like any addiction, hiding it and how do I get my next fix. But for eating disorders, it can either be, there are several different types of eating disorders, but the one that I struggled with for the longest was anorexia. So it's the how could I avoid eating, and how can I get around anyone noticing that I'm not?
Right. I'm glad that you said that, because that was my next question, is how many, I don't want to say clinically defined, whatever, but so there's several of them, obviously.
Mm-hmm. There's anorexia nervosa, which is avoiding food. There's bulimia, which is eating food and then getting rid of it, either through throwing up or other means. And then there's orthorexia, which is an obsession with exercise and healthy eating.
Right.
There's also binge eating, and that's the one that's the least talked about, but probably the most prevalent, I would say, in adults that I know, is binge eating. It's that secret eating until you just make yourself literally sick and numb.
Right.
And it's sort of like bulimia without purging, is the easiest way to describe it on the layman's terms. There are other much more clinical ways to describe it, but I'm not a therapist.
Sure.
I'm just an advocate. So that's how I describe it to people.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that I most talk about.
Right. I'm glad that you mentioned that one too, because the binge eating, because for me, there's obviously triggers and things, and I want to talk about that too. We'll get to I call them guardrails, but situational things that like I love live music. There's some concerts I go, probably not, probably shouldn't go. I don't really go to any concerts unless my wife is going with me anyway, and if there's any kind of, their little anxiety or whatever, then we bail. It's not worth being tempted or, whatever. And so, but with that, it's like, what was the different, or the different things that are triggers and stuff for you guys, and all the other ones too? I mean, the different things you got to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said earlier, stepping on the scale, I haven't done that in over a year, maybe a year and a half. As long as I can avoid it, I won't do it, just because my body is not restricted by a number on a scale. Yeah. Also, being around people who are talking about, I have to be this certain size, which is not true. And when you're surrounded by that group of people that are saying, I need to be this size, or I need to constantly work out, that is unhealthy. It probably for other people as well, but for me especially, where my mind goes straight back to that. I'm like, oh yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I have to be like, nope, hold on, let's put a pause on, put the brakes on, let's turn around that mind thought and get back on track where I was going.
Yeah. See, I know for me, underneath, like with all the drinking and everything, every time I'd go right back to it, it was always, and the main thing, I think, the comparison. We're really good at comparing our life to everybody else's and putting thought bubbles above it, and the competition of things. Even when between radio gigs, I worked at a gym and still drinking, and I'd work out with trainers and have a good workout. And listen, this gym was right next to a bar, so that's never, especially for a cat like me, that's not good. It's like, man, we had a good workout. Let's go polish off some beers.
Uh-huh.
And but even working out with trainers, then, well, then I'm expected to do this and that and the other.
Right.
And it's great, just the quality. Like when I go work out now, man, I'll just go, what do I feel like? I feel strong today. All right, let's do this. It's not, I don't max out. I don't have no idea what it's better to do it that way.
Yeah. Moderation is sort of one of the things that's been helpful for me, is to do everything in moderation. Mm-hmm. I don't really exercise in extremities. I don't really do anything with eating in extremities. I don't cut out a certain food group ever. I have to always just sort of be more of a moderate lifestyle. That's the best kind of balance I found for my personal recovery. But what you talked about, those guardrails, I am a big advocate for unfollowing people on social media that are triggering to you.
Right. Yeah.
If you feel yourself jumping into that comparison game, comparing yourself to their body, to their life, to their accomplishments, whatever it is, just unfollow them. It's your feed. You get to choose what's in it. And I think getting that power back is huge, especially when I talk to a lot of middle school groups and high school groups. That's something that they never even thought of. Like, they're like, oh, I can choose to not follow them.
Right. I don't have to.
Yeah.
And, and that's another thing, too, is before you and I were texting back and forth, and I said, hey, there's before and afters that we sometimes do. Mm-hmm. And, it was open up perspective for me, because you said afters we don't really do after, because it's all the visual there. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was a great point. I never even thought of it before.
Yeah, it's very triggering for a lot of people to see eating disorder recovery before and afters. And it's also really not always a good picture of what an eating disorder looks like, because they truly come in every body shape.
Right. Yeah.
Someone can look perfectly healthy and be struggling. Someone can be overweight and be struggling. Someone can be vastly underweight and not be struggling. Yeah. It doesn't mean you're in the middle of an eating disorder because you're thin.
Right.
So it's such a mental disorder that we don't ever want to show a picture of someone who's in the middle of recovery or what they used to look like, because everybody is so different.
And then there's the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so triggering. If I were to see, Maddie at her tiniest size, I might be triggered by that. Right. And that's not something we want to ever put out to anyone that follows us.
Yeah. And I think you're something there, too, is sensitivity, man. We all need to be, sensitive to other people. We live in a world where everybody's offended by this and that and all the other things, right? Mm-hmm. We get it. Like an election, they need a stress card. I got it. But when it comes to things like this, I'll go to events and or gatherings and stuff, and somebody will say, hey, man, you cool with I have a beer? And I'm like, yeah, not a problem. It doesn't, Right. And before I go into those events, I make sure that my head is where it needs to be. Like you said, meditation, man, I'm big into that, centeredness, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But then there's also times when you go and completely disregard for, other people. Now it's a respect kind of thing,
Yeah.
I mean, I had somebody one time that was telling me that their friend will offer them drinks. Hey, here you go. Why not? Are you sure you don't want one? I'm like, dude, we wouldn't be friends no more, partner. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Right?
No.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't work out.
No.
Rebecca Wheeler and Maddie Lauder joining us from Oklahoma Eating Disorder. It's Rise Above Radio. On the other side, I want to get into what advice you have for kids that are starting middle school, because you said that, and some parents too and stuff, man. All right, we're back after this quick break.
This is the home of Talk Radio's new generation, KOKC.
Are you ready for FlexStack Advanced? Men, welcome to the show. It's a winner take all. Who will have the strength? Who will have the drive? Who will win the battle? Well, the answer just might be who uses the new most advanced FlexStack ever. Only found at Draper Family GNC. packed with clinically tested Testofen, shown to raise your free testosterone, giving you raw power, extra energy, and helping you burn off that stubborn body fat. The new formula has two newcomers to the show, Black Maca, which just might give you that libido boost you've been looking for, and Boron Citrate, a scientifically studied ingredient to help you power through the day, shooting up your testosterone while suppressing that nasty estrogen. Men, it's time to win the game. Get to Draper Family GNC and get started today with our new and strongest ever FlexStack Advanced.
Visit the newest Northside Edmond GNC at the corner of 2nd and Bryant, or visit the two Southside stores along I-35, one in Moore at 19th Street and one in Norman at Robinson in front of the new Crest.
At Mill Creek Carpet and Tile, they believe a healthy family and clean home is everything. They also know that older floors often host pesky germs and allergens, which is why they want to help you take your spring cleaning to the next level with Shaw Luxury Vinyl Plank Floors. Waterproof, scratch-proof, and spring clean-approved flooring, perfect for keeping your home crisp, clean, and beautiful this spring. Visit Mill Creek Carpet and Tile at their 3 Oklahoma City metro locations for an in-home measure and design consultation on the house.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Oklahoma, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association and the Oklahoma Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Ever thought about owning a Lexus? Now is the time. Eskridge Lexus has over 150 new and used vehicles that received minimal damage due to the recent storms. Take advantage of huge discounts. All damaged vehicles have been tagged for sale with upfront pricing available on every vehicle. All warranties are intact and prices may never be this low again. Drop by Eskridge Lexus, 700 West Memorial Road for the best selection of new and certified pre-owned Lexuses. You can own an Eskridge Lexus today.
Are you ready for FlexStack Advanced? Men, welcome to the show. It's a winner take all. Who will have the strength? Who will have the drive? Who will win the battle? Well, the answer just might be who uses the new, most advanced FlexStack ever. Only found at Draper Family GNC. Packed with clinically tested Testofen, shown to raise your free testosterone, giving you raw power, extra energy, and helping you burn off that stubborn body fat. The new formula has two newcomers to the show, Black Maca, which just might give you that libido boost you've been looking for, and Boron Citrate, a scientifically studied ingredient to help you power through the day, shooting up your testosterone while suppressing that nasty estrogen. Men, it's time to win the game. Get to Draper Family GNC and get started today with our new and strongest ever FlexStack Advanced.
On the east side in Midwest City on I-40 in Sooner Town Center by Target, and on the west side at I-40 in MacArthur, or the Northwest Expressway in Rockwell location.
Hello, everybody. Bo Newsom along with Mad Max and his daughter Alicia, and we're celebrating Max Madness and 2 decades in Shawnee at Automax Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. Tell them all about it, Max.
The Jeep that everybody wants, a brand new 2018 Jeep Renegade Latitude, folks. Take $8,000 off. That's right, folks. $8,000 off a sticker. And we don't just have 1 or 2, we have over 10 in stock.
That's right. It's Max Madness going on right now during the spring sales event.
Over 30 Jeep Wrangler Sports in stock right now. These are 2018 brand new Wrangler Sports, folks. Take a whopping $4,000 off a sticker or a payment as low as $336 a month.
At Automax Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Shawnee off Harrison, exit 186. Or check us out online during Max Madness at AutomaxDodge.com.
2018 Jeep Wrangler Sports, stock number J2518. Sell price $29,990. 2018 Jeep Renegade Latitude, stock number J2572. With 20% cash down trade at 4.74% financing for 84 months with approved credit. All rebates apply.
The deals are automatic at Automax.
KOKC. I know you're clinging to the light of day to tell you everything's A-okay, and medication don't do much. Yeah, it just numbs the brain. Guess you might say I'm a little intense. I'm on the bright side of being hell-bent. So, take it from me, you're not the only one who can't see straight. If you were ever don't sell yourself short. You might be bulletproof. Hard to move mountains when you're paralyzed, but you gotta try. And I'm calling out, get up, get up, get a move on.
All right, welcome back into the show. Rise Above Radio, 95.3 FM and 1520 AM here in Oklahoma City on KOKC. Also, man, we're doing the Facebook Live KOKC Radio. And here's the thing, too. My Facebook page, if you look, it's MACMULLINGS. It's set to public, man. If you are in a struggle with addiction or you know someone that is, shoot me a message. Anonymity is respected. We'll get you some help. We'll get you plugged in because that's what we're trying to do with this program. But a friend of mine says Rise Above is now live on KSOC 94.5 in Southwest Oklahoma. I didn't really know. That's outstanding. We have messaged about it, but so thanks for listening out there, and hopefully the audience will grow, and God will do some amazing things with the show because we aim to inspire, not impress. But I am impressed by you guys coming in here. Rebecca Wheeler is Miss Oklahoma International, and Maddie Lauder is Miss Eastern Oklahoma County. I'm glad I'm saying that right. There's a lot of...
Oh, it's a long title.
Now, you have the crowns, which... is that the right word, too? Crown? Crown. Because the crown, like Harry, our producer, crown is what you color with. But the crown is what you... So, anyway, and Rebecca's doing the You Are Enough movement, which is outstanding, man. And you guys are here on behalf of the Oklahoma Eating Disorder. You have an event that's happening tonight in Edmond at 7 o'clock. Let's reset and talk about that and where it's at and stuff.
Yes, so the event's at Venue 102 in Edmond. It's on 1st Street, right behind the Edmond Farmers Market. We do still have tickets available at the door, VIP and regular, but there are very limited number of tickets that are left. So get there early, right at 7. We've got amazing silent auction items. 7 different boutiques will be showcasing their items in the show, and we've got 27 amazing models of every shape and size, ethnicity, age, every body shape that you could think of. They will all be walking in the show. Yeah. The inspiration for the show came because I was online shopping and I saw a picture of this outfit that was so cute, and underneath it said, model is 6 foot tall, size 0. And I thought, well, that's not what that will look like on me. Right. And that's not realistic. Right. So I thought, how cool would it be to have a fashion show with real people so we can see what these clothes would look like on a real person?
I love it.
That's great. Sort of where this all started from and where it came from. And my You Are Enough movement is all about loving yourself for who you are today while trying to become the best version of yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, 100% of the way. So I think it's an amazing partnership that we've been able to do with the Oklahoma Eating Disorders Association. Maddie is actually our guest speaker for the event. She'll be talking about her recovery. And we are just super excited. So if you're available tonight, it's from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah, that's outstanding. You know what's funny about the You Are Enough is that I had maybe, like 2 weeks of sobriety. And my rebirth date, as we call it, is 12/22/16. Mm-hmm. So, but I had been out. I was out to dinner with my fiance at the time and my daughter, but on a napkin at this restaurant. She was doing the coloring and stuff, and so on a napkin, I just wrote "You Are Enough." And wow, because I was just thinking about keep going, man, don't give up. Like the song we just heard, get up, keep going. So I still have it, which is funny, and it's at home. But yeah, this whole thing, that's You Are Enough.
That's really funny that you say that, because when I first met Rebecca, I wrote it on a Post-it note because her movement inspired me so much, and I stuck it on my mirror. And I mean, I've moved college dorm rooms, I've moved into a rental house, and it's still on my mirror.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great it's a great motto. Put it on your board or your mirror or whatever you have, because you are enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and I literally just have chills right now because it's just so amazing how God works and how he puts people in your life for the right reasons at the right time. And watching this message really spread internationally has been just, I would have never been able to do this on my own. Like you were just saying, like, it's not your show, it's God's show. That's how I feel about the You Are Enough movement. It is not my thing. God put this in my life, and I'm just his voice for this. To believe that you are enough wherever you are right now. If you're listening to this, know that you are enough today. And if you need help, there are so many resources out there. We can get you help for eating disorder recovery. We know tons of people that we can put you in touch with. Neither of us are therapists, but we can connect you with great resources.
We're working on that one.
Yeah, that's outstanding. I love it. And one of the off the air, I was saying, my daughter's 7. She went to theater camp, and she's, so at that age where, you two ladies have been there before. So talk to a parent that has a daughter, or I know that men are affected by this too, but I mean, give them some advice. Like, what's some direction you would say if a kid comes home and says, well, I'm not as good as this person, or I'm not as big, she's bigger than me, or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to go?
Yeah. So I experienced this with my mom a lot. I mean, she grew up and she really never felt like she was good enough for her mom. It was always, you need to be thinner, you need to be more in school, get better grades, whatever that might be. And you nonchalantly absorb the ways of your parents. It's just kind of, you grow up with that, and that's kind of what you blend into. But me going through recovery, my mom even says things like, this dress doesn't fit the way it used to. And I tell her, I was like, Mom, I love you no matter what. You're my mom. She loves me. I'm her daughter, no matter what. But it's kind of stopping those thoughts and accepting each other as we are, where we are.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So we've got a really great video on the Oklahoma Eating Disorders Association Facebook page that our president, her name is Deanna James, she's a licensed eating disorder therapist and counselor, and she put this together of how to talk to your kids about their bodies and about food. So number one, I would recommend you go watch that video. She gives some amazing tips about how to talk about food in a non-threatening, non-triggering, non-scary way, and how to talk about your children with their bodies. But for me, what I would say to any mom that's listening, or dad, but especially any mom, is talk about your own body in a really positive way. Right, yeah. Just like Maddie was just saying, when you're a little girl and you hear your mom stand in front of the mirror and say, I'm so fat, or I just hate my legs, or whatever it is, they cannot help but think, well, if my mom hates her legs and I think she's beautiful, then mine must be bad too. Right. Because every little girl thinks their mom is perfect and amazing, and like that's their idol for the most part. So whenever you're hearing someone that you love and respect talk about themselves in such a negative way, it starts that pattern, and you can't help but start thinking you're not good enough because my mom doesn't think she's good enough, so obviously I'm not either.
Therefore that's a great point. Yeah.
So for me as an adult, I get a lot of questions. I'm a mom, and I get a lot of questions from other moms of, my little girl just came home and she's saying that she's fat. What do I say that's not triggering? The number one thing I can say is have her write down 3 things she loves about her body right now. Whatever it is, she loves her eyes, she loves her smile, she loves her athletic legs, whatever it is, and then write 3 things she loves about herself that have nothing to do with her physicality, and look at those every day. If you can start dwelling on the positive, it starts to put that negative mindset out. And so when those negative thoughts come in, go back to those 3 things you do love. I love my hair. I'm having an awesome hair day. Like, it doesn't matter how far into recovery I am. I have days where I don't feel amazing about my body. But like there's a little girl here earlier that was like, oh, you have beautiful eyes. That's the kind of thing I want to talk about to other women, is like, oh my gosh, your smile is so genuine. Like, complimenting people on anything other than their physical body is so important. Right. So talking about, like, you look really confident today. What are you doing? Instead of, oh, you lost weight. You look great. Just changing the way you talk about other women's bodies and changing the way you talk about your own.
And I think this goes for men too. I went to a high school recently, and I've done this with middle school groups as well, but these groups of kids, they don't get enough confident words in their heart and in their soul. And this group of high schoolers in particular, they were mostly boys. And I had them all pull out a piece of paper and write down 10 things they loved about themselves. And it couldn't be based on their appearance. It had to be from the inside. And they all sat there and were like looking at each other. They didn't know what to do because they never really thought about it before. And we need to start that conversation and those thoughts to keep them going and keep them coming.
Yeah. Now, I'm sitting here thinking, when she came in this morning, or she was telling you that this afternoon, and just the perception of, like my daughter, she's got blonde hair, she's a really pretty girl, but I always try to tell her things about, man, what's great about you're contagious and your personality and all that stuff, because, well, I guess it's labels. I mean, it's all, things are all full of labels. Yeah.
You're a great friend. You're really great at math. You're really funny. You're, all those things are the compliments that children want to hear. They want to feel valued for anything other than being beautiful or physical in their physical looks. That's still nice to hear. Is you look so cute today, but that should not be the first compliment. That should just be one of many.
I catch myself all the time saying, oh my gosh, your dress is so pretty. I don't do it, but it's just nonchalantly, it rolls off the tongue.
And that's another thing, too. I'm sitting there thinking, and it goes back to, I think, for women, it's that you maybe hear that more. Like, I wouldn't tell Harry, really, like, hey, man, your shirt fits well.
Right.
I mean, you could, I guess, but you look at me like you want me to say that. I'm sorry. You got a great looking shirt, bro. But But so it's kind of that gender. It follows that gender. It's sort of, and that's been since day one all the way up. So
yeah, and Maddie and I were both in the pageant world, right?
Yeah, right.
So, like, we're surrounded literally by all this glitz and glam. And a lot of people have asked me, how can you do pageants? Isn't that triggering for you for your eating disorder? And actually, it's been so empowering for me to be able to feel like my voice matters.
Right.
Because for the international pageant that I'm the title holder for, 50% of it is interview. So 50% of my score was based on how I'm communicating,
right? Yeah,
not how I look. And that, to me, that is so empowering to know that I was, chosen because I could communicate my message and because my passion for my platform is evident.
Right.
I don't think that that's triggering at all for me. Maybe other people feel that way, but for me, it's been really empowering.
Yeah. And
I agree completely.
Same thing for you,
Yeah,
Maddie?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel like I wouldn't be the person I am today or have the strength to just be talking to you today about what I've been through and with Oklahoma eating disorders. But I wouldn't have it without the pageant world. Mm-hmm. And the glitz and glamour comes with some amazing confidence and some very empowering women.
Right, right. And I love you're saying the word empowering, and that's right. Because, man, recovery is, the same thing. Some people say, man, do you feel like you're just, what does your wife think about you when you're talking, just airing it all out, talking about how you were suicidal and depressed and everything, and you couldn't stop drinking and yada, yada. But it's really empowering.
It is.
It's pretty awesome because I don't have to worry about anything really, here, for example, at the station, they have events and do all these different things. But if there's a function, and I always say, I worked here before, and I was part-time, and it was in the middle, in 2016. So that was the year that I ended up getting sober, whatever. But I was always, do I smell or, hungover and miss? And the reason why I stopped working here is because they let me go, which rightfully so. I was late all the time. There was no accountability, anything like that. And so now it's like, man, my bosses know that I'm, sober and my struggles and stuff, and so I don't have to hide it. I don't have to worry.
Yes.
It's empowering, and you are enough. It's great. Yeah. And so I was just thinking, it's like, you deserve it, man. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that you said that, too. And you mentioned that you guys do pageants. So somebody listening, if Miss Oklahoma International and Miss Eastern Oklahoma County can come in and tell you that they have struggles, too, then you're not alone in this still. That's what
no one's perfect.
Yeah, right.
No one's perfect at all.
We may look really put together most of the time, but I promise you, in real life, we have the exact same issues and struggles that all of you have, and we are both so open about it because we want every person to know we're not any better than you. We are just a voice for our platform. Yeah. And if we can share our story, and it can help, like you were saying, if one person listening today feels inspired for recovery or can open that conversation with somebody, can contact a counselor, can look on our resources website for the OklahomaEatingDisorders.org website. We've got tons of resources on there. If that can help you, then we've done our job.
Right.
And then, all the other fun part is like extra.
Right.
So
Yeah. That's like on my birthday, somebody reached out, and it was two different people that I have not met or anything, but shot me an email, and we ended up having a phone conversation. And it's like, well, so-and-so, I'm calling about help for so-and-so, or I'm calling about help for, and it was the day of my birthday. So they went, oh man, I'm sorry to bother you with your birthday. And I said, this is a great birthday gift. This is what this is all about. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's why I do this.
Right. Yeah. I love it. It's not for any, and we live in a what's in it for me world. When's my back going to be scratched and everything like that. And for so long I did, I would go to meetings and see self-centered and all that stuff, and then go, that's not me. I'm not driven by ego. But in the middle of it, everything had to revolve around me and stuff. So that's why I love doing the show. I love that you guys came in. I know you're busy. The event again tonight, 7:00.
Yes.
Outside, or no, it's inside.
Not outside.
Okay.
Not outside.
No.
Inside. Too cold for that.
Keyword inside.
Yeah, it's a fashion show. We're going to be inside, keeping you warm, seeing all the amazing, beautiful models and the awesome clothes. So please come on out.
I love that it's all different size. Like my daughter too. Like Barbie's came out with the Fashionista, I think, or whatever. So that's real life.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Real proportions.
Yeah,
all shapes and sizes. You're enough.
Rebecca Wheeler, Miss Oklahoma International, and Maddie Lauder, Miss Eastern Oklahoma County. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And Oklahoma Eating Disorders. Reach out to them. Find them on Facebook. And you can also shoot me a message, and we'll make sure you get plugged in and get some help. On the other side of the break, we've got Jonathan from Chicago Hope Dealers checking in on Rise Above. He's got one heck of a story, and I can't wait to hear it. KOKC Radio is the Facebook page. We're back after this quick break.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just text FINANCE, FINANCE, to 357-911 right now to get started. That's FINANCE, FINANCE, to 357-911. Auto financing the easy way. Text FINANCE to 357-911.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Hours, your reputation, it's all huge. Your partnerships, even bigger. With Dell Small Business Technology Advisors, you'll get the tech, advice, and one-on-one partnership to help your business grow. Because with reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors, you can focus on what matters most, getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with an advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
What are you working for? It's about more than what you do. It's about achieving something greater for yourself and for others. So ADP is enabling people to work better and embrace new challenges, to work anywhere and everywhere, and helping everyone reach their full potential. At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
35-year-old Garfield phones keep washing ashore in France.
At first, it seemed like a joke. A few plastic toy phones shaped like the cartoon character Garfield washed up on the Atlantic shoreline in western France. Then they kept appearing. Over the years, local residents have cleaned up hundreds of the toy phones from the rocky coastline, but no one knew where they were coming from until last week. Volunteers solved the mystery. The source of the Garfield phones was a long-lost shipping container. It fell off of a ship in a storm over 30 years ago. I'm Steve Kastenbaum.
Arizona wildlife officials say the lone surviving egg laid by a pair of nesting bald eagles could begin hatching at any moment. The Arizona Game and Fish Department is live streaming the view from inside the nest at Lake Pleasant. Since the camera began watching over the eagle's nest in December, more than 320,000 people have tuned in. I'm Ann Cates.
You're catering a wedding, and the bride says,
"Everyone is raving about the hors d'oeuvres. My aunt was asking if you do corporate events."
Now is the time when the right business card is essential, and Vistaprint can help. Head to Vistaprint.com, and you can customize 500 cards starting at just $9.99. You choose the paper, the shape, and the finish. Whatever your style, create a card that gives you the confidence to own the now. So head to Vistaprint.com and get 500 business cards starting at $9.99. Use promo code 3636 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 3636.
Head
to Court Furniture Clearance Center for up to 70% off new retail prices. You never know what kind of Court certified treasures you'll find. And the best part? It's Court bonus rewards time. Earn bonus rewards in our clearance centers from April 4th through April 30th, 2019. Get $25 in bonus rewards on every $250 spent after all discounts and before taxes applied. Court bonus rewards aren't transferable, can't be exchanged for actual cash, and are not valid with any other offers, discounts, or special buys. Redeem your Court bonus rewards May 1st through May 10th, 2019. Go to CourtClearanceFurniture.com today.
Let's get green, OKC. Your OKC Energy FC kick off their next home game on Saturday, April 6th at Taft Stadium at 7:30 p.m. Local soccer, local beer, and now local wine. You won't want to miss this. Come support your OKC Energy FC soccer team and experience the passion, the fun, the energy of Energy FC. To reserve your seats, call 235-KICK or visit energyfc.com. Live, work, play green.
Get more than a month free. Pay nothing till after Mother's Day.
New 10 gyms, new expanded free weight and core stretch areas, saunas, cardio with private TVs, and available childcare. Be fit and be happy in 10 gyms' renovated Zumba, yoga, and boot camp studios. Enjoy free high-tech tanning and bring a guest for free every day, every time.
Final hours, 10 gyms one day, today only sale. Countdown's on. Join 10gym or 10gym.com for $0 and get over 40 days free. Pay nothing till after Mother's Day. Join 10gym or 10gym.com. Pay nothing. $0. That's zip. Zero. Nada. Nothing till after Mother's Day. Offer ends midnight tonight.
Is credit card debt burying you alive? What if one phone call could help save you thousands of dollars, years of stress and anxiety? What if one phone call, right now, could help save your family from bankruptcy? We're Debt Hero, and one phone call to us could help save you thousands. Because if you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you may not have to pay it all off. For free information on how we could settle your debt for a lot less than you owe, call 1-800-500-1434. There's no obligation, just free information. Sometimes all it takes to change your life is one phone call. Make your call now and we'll show you, for free, just how much money you could save. 1-800-500-1434. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk to call. This is too important to wait. Call 1-800-500-1434.
KOKC. I want to stand up 100 feet tall, 'cause fear will never lead my way. I'm ready to run 100 miles strong. I will never be the same.
All right, welcome back into Rise Above Radio, 95.3 FM, 1520 AM here in Oklahoma City, KOKC. Doing the Facebook Live, KOKC Radio as well. And if you dig it, man, share it, spread it out. All we're trying to do is offer someone some hope. We're trying to deal out some hope. Chicago Hope Dealer, one of those on the phone, Jonathan Wyrick. Brother, how you doing, man? Thanks for calling in, dude.
Thanks, brother. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, as I mentioned earlier on the phone when you and I chatted this morning, I got wind of a couple of months ago. I got wind of all the great things that you guys are doing, man. So I've been not stalking you, but I've been inspired by you for a minute now, and I'm glad you're on the show. We were trying to get this thing nailed down. So thanks for coming on, man. And I can't wait to hear your story and what you guys are doing, Chicago Hope Dealers. And you're also plugged in with a bunch of other different organizations, right? And pages and all that kind of stuff.
Oh man, we're all over the place. Actually, I belong to like over 350 different recovery pages and groups across Facebook, social media. Not including I like administer like I'm administration for like 5 or 7 other pages as well, and then we run our page. We do a lot of stuff for the recovery.
Yeah, no, it's outstanding, man. I love it. You guys always do live videos. So Chicago Hope Dealers, find them on Facebook. And what's your story? How did Chicago Hope Dealers come around? And I saw you post how many days clean now?
I think I got 1,269 days today.
Wow. What was your drug of choice, man?
Actually, I was addicted to more, but at the end there, it was mainly crack and heroin.
Right.
So, but I mean, basically, I was addicted to more. It doesn't matter what's put in front of me. I did it.
Right.
But the lie is dead. We do recover today.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Man, let's talk about just a little bit of your story, and kind of tell us your struggles, man. How you ended up out on the other side, finding peace in all that pain.
Definitely. So, we'll just go back to you could say I was a blameless child. I like to talk a little bit about that. I didn't have any parents growing up. My mother was in a mental institute my whole entire life. My father was not around at all. And I didn't even meet my father until I was 30 years old. So I went through I was a ward of the state. I went through several foster homes from the age of 2 until I was about 12 years old. Over 30 foster homes, so skipped around a lot, went to a lot of schools, never really fit in anywhere, felt like I never belonged, stuff like that. So around the age of 12, I emancipated myself from the state. I was on my own then, decided to move to into Chicago, into the inner city. After I got into the inner city, I clicked up with the gangs, the street people, and I tried to belong with them, always looking for something. I did live with a few family members throughout my childhood and stuff like that, but never stuck around long enough or didn't get along with them long enough to be a part of anything.
Right.
So, I got into active addiction at a very young age. I started using it when I was 12 years old, and it progressed really fast. The insanity of it came along with it. Started drug dealing, gang banging, doing the whole thing, which, just again, it was just trying to seek my way into just finding some love from anybody.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and so that led into a lot of other stuff. So what I wanted to share with you guys, I'm not going to go through the whole entire my active addiction. I was addicted to more, basically. I've done just about every drug under the sun. But, I'm going to share some numbers that have significant value in my life. So 25, the number 25 is 25 years of active addiction. I used and abused drugs and people and just chaos and craziness. 11, the number of 11 is the amount of years I spent locked up, either in jail, prisons, psych wards, stuff like that. 11 years in that. Number 4 is 4 times I've been shot due to active addiction and drug and alcohol abuse. Number 3 is 3 times I've been stabbed. Almost died both times, between shot and stabbed, due to active addiction. And then 2 times I actually overdosed and died. I was pronounced dead for about 6 minutes, and I was revived by Narcan both times. And then, of course, number one on the one end of the spectrum is the choice I decided when I decided to use drugs, and what started this whole entire insanity path and then the one choice when I became willing to surrender to this disease of addiction and choose recovery.
Yeah, amen, man. So, I'm glad you mentioned Narcan. I was talking to we have a mutual friend at Higgy. And we were talking about Narcan, and I'm trying to organize some way that he can, come to town and do sort of the Narcan training and stuff, man. But I love that. How did it? Let's just go back to that. The way when it was used, how did that all go around? How did it, in effect, save your life, man?
Well, let's see. I was overdosing. They called the ambulance, and when the ambulance showed up, they hit me with Narcan. Both times I was saved by professional first responders, paramedics. They saved my life. If it wasn't for Narcan, I wouldn't be here today. And we here at Chicago Hope Dealers advocate for Narcan big time. Actually, I have a couple. I'm looking over at here in my room. I got a couple cases of Narcan right now. And what we do is we distribute them to all the recovery homes in the area. We go down to the tent cities where the homeless people are and the people that aren't ready to quit yet.
Yeah.
And I give them out down there. And then I also help out a lot of, there's a few officers that they can't get Narcan here in the Chicagoland area due to the fact that they're, where their area does not offer it yet. So I give it to them to carry it on their person because they're around it all the time, people that are ODing or addicts in general that are using. So
yeah. It's Jonathan Wyrick, Chicago Hope Dealers, joining us in Rise Above Radio, and I'm glad the Narcan had come around. I watched a documentary the other day about a lady working in a town in West Virginia, and she is a paramedic and first responder, essentially, and she's using Narcan and making a difference in a lot of people's lives out there, and not exactly everybody's been receptive to it. I mean, she's getting some blowback for it, but it's a huge. How is it administered? Is there various ways, or just one way, or?
There's several ways. There's actually the injection way. They have these injection capsules that they use. They're like injection packs where you can inject them in the leg or in the arm. But the newest form right now they have are inhalers, where they go right into the nose. You just push down a plunger. It's very easy and simple. And if they don't respond after you use the first dose, then you open up another dose and do it again. During that, though, you're going to be doing some CPR and stuff just to get their organs moving again, like their lungs and their heart, say if their heart stops, stuff like that. And basically what it does is it's naloxone, and what it does is it'll revive that person. I've seen, though, because of the fentanyl outbreak right now, in the carfentanol, and they're putting it in all drugs, by the way, out there.
Right.
I mean, from heroin to cocaine to meth to making pressed pills, they're putting in. I've seen it laced in weed before here in Chicago.
Seriously?
And, so people are smoking weed and falling out from fentanyl. So basically, depending on the potency of the fentanyl, it could take anywhere between 2 to 6 doses of actual Narcan to even bring them back before the ambulance arrives.
Wow, man. Yeah. You just blew my mind about the whole. I didn't know that they were lacing marijuana with it, man. The fentanyl and the carfentanil, that's used for animals, right? Isn't that like a tranquilizer used for elephants or something?
Elephant tranquilizer, yes it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
the thing is this is what's going on. So what it is it can be used as a cutting agent, the fentanyl. So a kilo of fentanyl runs about $5,000. And when you can take that kilo of fentanyl and turn your kilo of heroin or cocaine or whatever it may be and stretch it out, triple, quadruple the price on the market, that's what these guys are doing. And I mean, right now they're killing everybody. Right. I buried my sister 4.5 months to a fentanyl.
Man, I'm sorry, brother. Yeah.
Yep. So, and right now, me and Myra, which Myra Mead is my girl, we both run and operate Chicago Hope Dealers. We're in the process of putting together the nonprofit at the moment. We buried almost 200 people in the last 3 years for this disease.
In the last about 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
Wow,
200 people in the last 3 years. All family members, very close friends, people who were in the rooms with us that decided to go use one more time, and they're no longer here.
Right. We here in Oklahoma City, I know the recovery community. It's been a couple weeks, but two cats in the same week. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, but it's just these are the things like we do recover. Recovery is real, and the better life belongs to you. But these are the things that need to be. Because we also try to do the education part. I mean, and you nailed it. One of the things that stick out, what you nailed it, is you said a pill press, man. So we know, Oklahoma just had the settlement with Purdue Pharma for the opioid, right? $270 million here in the state. And but so opioids and then the pill press, and then as you're saying, so you can't trust anything.
No, you can't, and that's what we've been noticing here. See, I work closely. Chicago Hope Dealers work closely with the heroin and fentanyl task force out here. We work closely with some DEA agents, some FBI agents, stuff like that, and they actually have programs in place right now where they bust low-level dealers, stuff like that, and they're addicts just trying to make their fix. What they'll do is give them a choice. You want to go to prison or jail and then prison, or do you want to find recovery? And if they say they want recovery, they get in contact with us, and then we find the resources that they need to start their life, to actually find a pathway in recovery.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Oh, yeah. So, like I was saying, that they are pressing pills out here right now. That like fake lookalike Xanax, Norcos, Oxycontins. All of them are just pure fentanyl, and they're distributing them on the streets around here. And it's crazy. Like it's just death in a pill. And you know it's getting insane. This is no longer an epidemic. It is now a pandemic.
Right.
I believe statistically, it's like one person every 4 minutes here in the United States right now dies of an overdose.
You know, I think it was it might have been 2017. The statistics show that more Americans were killed, died of during the opioid from overdoses, man, than in the Vietnam War, and that's just mind-boggling. And then I sat back and put it in a different perspective. My dad was a medic in Vietnam, man. And so I was thinking, and Pop, he's changed his address from here to heaven. It's been over a year now, but I was thinking, man, I wonder what my dad would say and think about the fact that's the statistics that where we are now, man, that more Americans have died from a drug overdose from opioids than in that war that he was trying to help people, trying to save their lives in. It's horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible, and I'm sorry to hear about your dad, Mike Stone.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
So what's crazy is it just got released too. Now dying of an opioid overdose here in the United States, you have more chance of doing that than dying in a car accident now. Dying from cancer. Just about it's the number one cause of death right now here in the United States, and it's wiping people out by the thousands.
Yeah,
and it's insane that it's like that right now. I mean, and that's why we got to keep pushing the message of hope.
Sure.
That's why we got to keep going out there. I mean, we speak at schools. I speak at jails. I speak at elementary schools, middle schools, high schools. I'm out there all over the place. Recovery events. I get into rehabs and into detox centers, and I try to carry the message of hope as far as possible, just to let these guys know that, and gals know that they're not alone. I mean, like, there is a huge recovery community out there that know exactly what they've been through and that are recovering and that can help them in every aspect of their life.
Right. Amen, man. Well, how's it been going? How's it been received? I'm sure that, like here in Oklahoma, for example, man, we criminal justice reform and drug courts and all that, we're number one essentially in the world in incarceration, especially in women. So we're trying to, there's a lot of bills that are working this legislative session about reform, but what it all kind of comes down to, man, is like the drug courts. The governor here it's a new governor, and he's made some appointments and stuff for the pardon and parole. But where is it at in Illinois? How is it? Are they doing treatment for these inmates, or is there a here, basically, and the director of Department of Corrections here in Oklahoma, man, he will say we are the Department of Housing at the moment. I mean, they're at like 140% capacity. And so, the corrections part, we're missing out on the corrections part. How is it in your neck of the woods?
Well, I mean, that's what it's really changing out here. So, drug court is implemented in all the counties around here. And right now, with drug court being implemented, it's helping out, and they're actually realizing that once these people are getting off the drug court, that they need something after the fact of drug court, because there's a lot. I think the statistics are like 60 or 70% of people, once they're done with drug court, will return to using.
Really?
So So to be able to implement a program after drug court to keep them going and to keep them accountable is the key to do it.
Right.
So they're trying to focus on that right now. But I know there's a jail that I work for. It's Kane County Jail out here in the Chicagoland area. It's a suburb of Chicago, and they're actually building a treatment center inside the jail right now. And what they're going to do is be able to walk into all the general population pods and stuff, and as long as they're nonviolent and there's drug cases, they'll be able to pull them right out of there, put them in the treatment center, put them on a 2-year last chance program, basically get your life together, stay in recovery, live clean, find a new way to live, and they start wiping records.
Wow, man, that's outstanding. Yeah, I love that. They're getting a treatment place inside the jail.
The jail. Mm-hmm.
What an interesting concept, huh?
Isn't that awesome? And this is actually, this is going to be the test. And so if this works really well, they're going to implement it to all the counties here in the Chicagoland area, and hopefully then it'll start spreading across the country.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that, we need this. And then what's cool about that treatment center, too, is if you're an addict and you don't have insurance or you don't have any money and and you're looking for treatment and everything else is full, you can always walk into that jail too and go through their 28-day program and then find your resources.
Nice.
Well.
You know, earlier this week I had, you said insurance, man. I was talking to a guy about his son went on pretty lengthy, man. He like us, brother. You and I, when we were out there in active addiction, we tried to burn it all down, and this cat did so. But the insurance was the issue, and so you're trying to get into different locations and some of these, who's got like $30,000 to spend for 90 days. Big Jim Downs, I love this guy. I don't know if you know him or not, but he was on the show.
Big Jim, I love him too.
Yeah,
yep.
he was on the show a couple weeks ago, man, and I loved what he said. That he's never heard about anybody getting sober because they had a beachfront view. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Right.
I like that. See, and that's why here at Chicago Hope Healers, like me and Myra probably put close to 200, 250 people right now into treatment a month, and then we help them. As far as mentoring, she handles the women, I handle the men, and I tell you what, out of those 200, 250 people a month, I get like 99% of them don't have insurance for months.
Right.
So we have to find the resources, which we have lists of free resources, scholarships, different state beds, stuff like that, where we can get these people the help that they need.
Right.
And and it's not about money. It's about service work. It's about giving back, because after all, we can only keep what we have by giving it away.
Right. Man, I'm glad you said that, because this is Jonathan Wyrick with Chicago Hope Dealers. That's one of my favorite things about you, brother, is, you and I have never spoken much as we are right now, but the great thing about recovery is that we get to cut out all the garbage of trying to make a friendship. One of my buddies, Brian Anderson, he's the program manager at a men's facility here in Oklahoma. It's called Rob's Ranch down in Purcell, and he says that we actually get to the fiber of the relationship. We don't have to say, hey man, do you like hockey? Hey brother, how about the Blackhawks? Whatever all that junk is, we just say, man, me too. And so here's what, our struggles used to be and stuff. But you have a lot of authenticity to you, man. Sometimes I'm always trying to make sure people know when a community is good, but be wary of when it becomes a clique, because then the message is lost right in the middle of it. But I dig what you guys are doing, man. There's a lot of transparency in you and stuff.
Excellent. Yeah. So a little bit about me, how I got clean. So I just followed suggestions. I clicked with the people that that are doing this thing. So I'm a member of a 12-step fellowship. I clicked on with the right guys, followed some guys that had 10, 20, 30 years clean, and then that's how I did it. I followed suggestions, and it's not really suggestions. I want what they want, what they have. I want what they have. So I got to do what they do. You know what I mean? So I that's what I did. I went to meetings. I got a sponsor. I worked some steps. Did service work. Got in with the community and started, boots on the ground, doing some outreach. And the number one thing I waited till I had 2 years clean before I even started Chicago Hope Dealers.
Right. Nice.
So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I had some experience under my belt, before I could give it away, because you can't really give something away if you don't really have it.
Man, amen to that. Yeah.
So that's what we did. We're actually January 26th was our 1-year anniversary with Chicago Hope Dealers when we started it. So we're just a little over a year and a few months, couple months old. But I mean, we're growing so big. The one thing about Chicago Hope Dealers, we have two pages. We got Chicago Hope Dealers Live, where we do live videos 5 days a week now. A lot of people that can't make a meeting use those as meetings, but we do stress, hey, get out there in your community, build a network, stick with the winners. I mean, it works recovery works a lot better when you have a core group of people that are in recovery that are doing the same thing as you're doing, and you're on a personal level with them.
Amen. Yeah. I mean, okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I love that you said that you waited till you had some time under your belt, because that was kind of the same thing with the show Rise Above, man. I was really good at kind of rushing things, and I had to just sit back and be quiet and just follow and listen and pray for guidance, man. So anyway, I love that you said that. So I just wanted to add that.
Definitely, man. And the guys that I mentor, there's some guys that are just got like 90 days clean and 6 months clean, and they're all like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. I want to do this. I'm like, yo, slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time, man. My suggestion is that you get as much as you possibly can. out of your recovery right now. And then after you work 12 steps or whatever program, because me personally, just because I'm part of one 12-step fellowship does not mean that I just represent that 12-step fellowship, whatever pathway works.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
Everyone's different. Whatever A works, what Smart Recovery, Rebel Recovery, if Jesus is your sponsor, then amen to that. Whatever works for you, what works for you. But my suggestion to everyone out there is that, get some time under your belt, be able to learn as much as you possibly can about you and your thinking, because at the end of the day, the drugs and alcohol were just a symptom of the disease. The real disease is in our thinking.
Man, exactly.
So,
yeah.
So I stress that. So like I said, we have Chicago Hope Dealers Live is our live page. We have live videos all the time on there. And then Chicago Hope Dealers is our actual closed recovery group, and I do believe we're at like almost 8,000 members now across the world too. We're in like 17 different countries and every single state across the whole United States, including Canada.
I love it, man. That's what it is, spreading hope, man. Absolutely. That was the mission when you guys started. It's Rise Above Radio on 95.3 FM, 1520 AM, KOKC here in Oklahoma City. You can also catch the Facebook Live on KOKC Radio. And we've got Jonathan Wyrick, Chicago Hope Dealers. Man, quick break, and then we'll talk about the rest of it. And I might have somebody call and surprise you, dude. I got somebody that might be calling up on the show here just a little bit, man. So hang tight, all right, brother?
Really?
All right.
Awesome. Yep.
We're back after this.
KOKC. Star OU running back and NFL player Samaje Perine understands competition and what it takes to be the best. And that's exactly what he found when he shopped at Diamonds Direct, thanks to a recommendation from other NFL players.
I've heard from coaches and players and even peers that Diamonds Direct is the best place to go to if you're looking for a ring. The customer service is bar none. They made it extremely comfortable and extremely simple because I know absolutely nothing about jewelry. They're extremely helpful and they broke things down to the very basic. It made it, enjoyable.
But it wasn't just the experience that impressed Samaje. The no middleman pricing blew him away.
We got a very good bargain for, what we went in for. I feel like we didn't pay him enough, but I'll take it anytime.
Oh, but he'll be back to spend more and get that unmatched pricing.
Diamonds Direct is going to be in our lives a lot from here on out. If you're a fan of mine and you're looking for an engagement ring for a great value, Diamonds Direct would be the definite place to go.
Diamonds Direct on North Penn across from Penn Square Mall.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-973-WAVE or go to bestwaternow.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-973-WAVE, 1-888-973-WAVE, or go to bestwaternow.com. That's bestwaternow.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Sooner fans, help us pack the Dale as your nationally ranked Oklahoma baseball team takes on the Horned Frogs of TCU at L. Dell Mitchell Park in a huge 3-game series beginning on Friday, April 5th at 6 p.m. The Saturday game is at 2 with a trip back to the 80s, and the series ends on Sunday at 1 with Superhero Day. That's OU baseball, April 5th, 6th, and 7th, right here in Norman. To get your tickets today, visit Soonersports.com/tickets or call 405-325-2424.
At Mill Creek Carpet and Tile, they believe a healthy family and clean home is everything. They also know that older floors often host pesky germs and allergens, which is why they want to help you take your spring cleaning to the next level with Shaw Luxury Vinyl Plank Floors. Waterproof, scratch-proof, and spring clean-approved flooring, perfect for keeping your home crisp, clean, and beautiful this spring. Visit Mill Creek Carpet and Tile at their Ardmore location for an in-home measure and design consultation on the house.
When's the last time you checked your credit score? Those 3-digit scores can have a huge impact on your financial life. Credit Karma can help you with free scores, free reports, and free monitoring. Credit Karma also gives you the tips, tools, and advice you need to understand your credit and how to improve it. You can even spot potential errors on your credit report. That can mean better interest rates on loans and credit cards, which can save you thousands of dollars in the long run. Signing up is completely free. No credit card needed. Visit creditkarma.com or download the Credit Karma app now.
Allied Arts needs your help. Your donations help us provide hundreds of thousands of art experiences to youth statewide, helping them experience creativity as a tool for learning, growing, and healing. Through more than 40 agencies and programs, we open, challenge, and inspire so many minds, providing hope, motivation, and encouragement. With you, art can change a life. Make a donation today at alliedartsokc.com.
KOKC. All right, welcome back to Rise Above 95.3 FM, 1520 AM. KOKC Radio here in Oklahoma City. Also on Facebook Live at KOKC Radio. Trying to spread some hope, man. That's all we're doing. And Jonathan Wyrick joins us from Chicago Hope Dealers. What a great story, brother. You know what, man? What you were aiming to do, you're getting it done, man. And I'm glad you were able to join us today on the show. And I told you I might have somebody on the horn here to give you some props. Higgy.
Whoa.
Higgy, what's up, man?
What's up, my man?
Now,
Big shout out to Rise Above Radio.
Thank you, bro. What are you doing now? Higgy, where are you at? You're going to Dallas soon, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I'm in I live in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm headed to Dallas this coming Thursday. Meeting with Marty McLeod of ShopRecoveryStuff.com. She's creating a signature line for No More Heroin, so it's for fundraising, so we can get out to events. We can sponsor some more events. We have a Narcan training we're going to be doing in Dallas on Sunday, and it's going to be an opportunity for people in the Dallas area that don't know what Narcan is or do know what Narcan is to come out, get some free Narcan, get educated on the use of Narcan, get some free recovery swag from ShopRecoveryStuff.com and No More Heroin. You know, get some selfie opportunities, and I'm going to share a little bit of my testimony in the process, because my life was saved by with Narcan twice. So it's part of me giving back to the recovery community, paying it forward, and doing service work at the same time.
Man, I'm so glad, because you and I actually had a conversation earlier about Narcan, and then Jonathan Wyrick mentioned Narcan. And same thing with you, right, brother? Twice, Jonathan?
Yeah, twice, man. Yeah, me and Higgy both have been saved twice by Narcan. So, go figure. And Higgy's one of my brothers. Here at Chicago Hope Dealers, we support Higgy. I call him his nickname, Higgatron 9000.
Oh, nice.
Higgatron 9000.
That's right.
And No More Heroin and everything he does.
Yeah, we fully support and cross-promote each other on our platforms. We go to recovery events across the nation together in support of each other, along with some of our other recovery families out there. We really believe in the fellowship aspect of recovery, coming to events, fellowshipping, enjoying music, supporting our brothers and sisters out there that are standing up and reaching out and trying to help people struggling that are in the throes of addiction, need resources, just need that hope shot to show that recovery is possible. It is a real concept, a real thing that can happen for anybody out there, And Jonathan, congratulations on 1,266 days of recovery.
Thank you, man.
Dude,
Thank you so much, brother.
That's insane.
166 days in a row. No slips, no dips, no weekend trips.
Guys, here, let me do this. The studio audience is giving you an applause, brother. I don't know. Yeah. Man, and I'm sure in the middle of active addiction, Jonathan, that seemed impossible and maybe sometimes offensive if somebody even mentioned about some recovery time. I know. Why can't you just get sober? Well, why can't you just go kick rocks?
Yeah, right. Exactly. The pain and misery, but you know what? That gift of desperation is real. So, once. I am truly grateful today for the Department of Corrections. Because the Department of Corrections, who would ever thought I would even say this? You know what I mean? But I'm grateful for the Department of Corrections and the courts, because they pushed me. They were like, hey, you either get clean or we're going to bury you under prison for the next 25 years. Which one do you want?
Right.
And inevitably they pushed me into the rooms, and I stuck and stayed, and this is where I'm at today. And I'm truly grateful to the Department of Corrections, to the officer that arrested me, to the judge that gave me that, and the probation officer that gave me some faith, instead of burying me in that jail. So,
Right. Right.
Yep.
And also Jonathan's working with the local law enforcement in his area, trying to make a difference, trying to put events together. I've seen him on live with some members of the task force, just trying to make a difference. And in doing so, it changes the perception for the law enforcement agencies, the officers, when they see someone in recovery that's turned their life around, to show them that it is possible. It changes their perception, so it changes how they treat people, and gives them and puts them in a position to offer help and help people recover from that seemingly hopeless state of mind and body that we're in.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Very, very powerful thing.
Let me share this with you guys real quick. So, the actual task force officer was about 5 years ago was following me around and trying to build indictments against me and stuff like that. Now he's one of my best friends. I go out to dinner with him. I hang out with him. We go to concerts.
Congratulations.
All of that. So how crazy is that? Two opposite ends of the spectrum.
See, isn't that a beautiful thing? Like here in Oklahoma City, man, I'd heard about one cat. He's got 15 years now, but one of the arresting officers that put him in jail, in turn, he helped him, gave him a place to rack out and a couch to stay on to get sober. And then another dude did a B&E when he was like 19 and actually fired some rounds at a police officer. And so anyway, that cop, he helped him and had a family member helped him get sober. It just full circle. When you start getting in that whole momentum of it, it's amazing. It's remarkable.
That's right. Yeah, that all-encompassing concept of grace.
Right.
You know what I mean? Grace is such a powerful force in my life today because my story is very similar to Jonathan's. Prison, the hopelessness, the wreckage, and the unity that we show between our groups is very prevalent, and we work together in helping each other place people that need recovery. And him and his beautiful girlfriend Myra, they help a lot of people through their platform. So I want to thank you for letting me jump on here and say a couple words.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, both you guys are rock stars, man. I love the most. Like I was telling Jonathan, just like you, man, the authenticity. Oftentimes, and hell, I'll be honest, even here in Oklahoma City, man. And there's I'm not going to call anybody out because that's not what we do. But you just by observation, you kind of can tell that, and you shake your head when you got a feeling that somebody's kind of monopolizing on the miserable, and you can't do that. You can't.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
they're monetizing people's pain and misery for their own benefit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not the way that this whole thing is supposed to work out, man. And
it never ends well.
Right. It's what's funny is I got you two cats on the phone too. I got an email one time from somebody. I said, man, because I'll go to different pages, even No More Heroin or Chicago Hope Dealers, and I'll see somebody share, and I'll say, I'd love to have you come on the show if you want, yada yada. And for the first time ever, I had someone tell me that their story wasn't free and that it would cost something. And I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
Right? And I just think that's an important thing. And Jonathan, you nailed it too when you said that you gotta, you can't give away what you don't have. And so, you know how many times in active I'd still be drinking like a fish, but I have, I got a couple of big books. Hey man, you need to get a big book? You need one? We'll get you a big book. And so I'd give them away and try to help people out, and then off they go, and they've got 5-6 years now and stuff, and I could just never get it.
It's that ripple effect, man.
Yeah.
And that the paying it forward, planting that seed. It's just the whole karma aspect. Whatever concept you believe in, it's real.
Right.
What you put out into the universe comes back to you. It multiplies. It reproduces.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
Man, and it just to show that everybody, and I think I was talking to Jonathan earlier about it, man. I went to the store, ran some errands, got some formula for the baby, and stopped and got some hair shampoo, whatever the heck it was for the wife that she was out of. And the lady that was in The chick that was in the salon, man, she said, "How's it going today? How's your day been?" And so I said, "You know what? I'm in recovery, and so every day is great. Every day really is great." And she said, "Me too." And so we just chat in conversation.
Me too.
Right, man.
Me too.
Bam, right there, dude.
Powerful 2-word statement. Me too.
Yeah.
That includes you in this lifestyle. You know, makes you relatable. Like you're almost like you're trustworthy. Like you're part of an inner circle. You know, of trust at that point.
Right. Absolutely, man. Well, brother, I appreciate you guys, and it's no more heroin. And Higgy, I need to find a way to bring you and even Jonathan, man, in some way, because this Narcan is so. I don't think many people know about it here. I see people posting on like Oklahoma recovery pages and stuff about it. So, and I was telling Jonathan, I watched a documentary about a lady that's, I think, in West Virginia, and it's. How long has it been around? I mean, I know it's, but you guys are living examples of how important it is. It saved your life, for crying out loud.
I don't know the exact date. Do you know, Jonathan?
No, I have no idea. I know it's been around 10 years plus right now.
Right.
So, but like, a lot of the communities are getting more hip to it, to the point to where, a lot of people are carrying it. I mean, I know people that aren't even addicts that actually carry it on them, but they do, they're inner city and they do a lot of traveling to and from work, and they see a lot of stuff while they want to have it on them just in case someone falls out in front of them. Give a person an opportunity to live.
Right.
That's probably what you're doing.
Right. Well, that's what you guys are doing, man. And I love both of you, brother. I appreciate it. Jonathan, Chicago Hope Dealers, thanks for cutting some time out of your Saturday and joining us, man, on Rise Above. And
Thank you so much.
Higgy, same thing to you, brother. Enjoy your travel safe.
Thank you. If I could, real quick, do I have a second?
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to Big Jim Downs and his Right Around America for addiction awareness. We are going to be I'm leaving Dallas on Tuesday to fly into Phoenix to speak with Jim Downs on the steps of the state capitol in Phoenix, Arizona. Darren Prince, the celebrity sports agent, is coming in to speak. Randy Grimes is a former professional football player from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He will be in town. Jackson Pierce, the musician from Phoenix, will be there speaking with us as well. Another author, Catherine Townsend Lyons, which is one of Big Jim's organizers, is going to be there speaking with us. Big Jim's wife, Marisol, is going to be there. Darren Prince has donated some sports memorabilia from Magic Johnson, Hulk Hogan, the Burt Reynolds jersey.
Brother!
Burt Reynolds.
Hulk Hogan. I said brother.
Brother. The jersey Burt Reynolds wore in the movie The Longest Yard.
Really?
They have that. Everything comes with a certificate of authenticity. Randy Grimes is going to be signing footballs. We're going to be raffling stuff off. We're trying to raise funds to propel Jim forward. This is a turning point in his Right Around America. It's a call to arms for anyone in the Phoenix area that wants to come out. I've got some interest from other people. They want to fly in. They want to be a part of this. I have people from the recovery community coming out. Darren Prince is donating 75 books. We're going to be selling books. He's going to be there signing them. Darren got a huge deal. He lives in Los Angeles now. He's there to grow his memorabilia company and his marketing company. He is connected to all the powers that be in the entertainment and sports community. He's also going to be my guest on the Survivor Series this coming Wednesday.
Nice.
Which is going to be a huge step for my show. So anyone in the Phoenix area, please come out April the 10th at 4 o'clock. We're going to be out there rallying up. We're going to be doing live feeds, taking pictures, just loving on each other and repping recovery and making a bunch of noise on the state capitol.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it, dude. I love it. You guys are doing some great things, man. The recovery community is not one I really shot to be a member of, but I did a pretty good job. I earned my seat in those meetings, that's for sure. And
absolutely, the most expensive seat I've ever sat in.
Yeah, and to be able to know you guys, man, I appreciate it very much, man. You guys keep me going.
From the streets to the seats, as Jonathan would say.
Yep, as the streets to the streets, exactly. And the lie is dead. We do recover today.
Yeah, we do recover today, man.
We do.
Outstanding.
The lie is dead, guys. The lie is dead. We do recover.
I love
Thanks
it,
for
man.
having me. Thanks, Jonathan. I love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
All right, brother. I love you guys, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right. Rise Above Radio, 95.3 FM in Oklahoma City. And we are KOKC. And, man, KOKC Radio is the Facebook page. Thanks again, Oklahoma Eating Disorders, for coming in. The first hour, if you missed it, you can catch the live video that we had going on. And, of course, Jonathan Wyrick with Chicago Hope Dealers and Higgy with No More Heroin. Quick break. Back after this.
KOKC.
Ever thought about owning a Lexus? Now is the time. Eskridge Lexus has over 150 new and used vehicles that received minimal damage due to the recent storms. Take advantage of huge discounts. All damaged vehicles have been tagged for sale with upfront pricing available on every vehicle. All warranties are intact and prices may never be this low again. Drop by Eskridge Lexus, 700 West Memorial Road for the best selection of new and certified pre-owned Lexuses. You can own an Eskridge Lexus today.
With spring right around the corner, now is the best time to consider membership at the Greens Country Club. Members at the Greens enjoy no minimums and no assessments while engaging in an array of activities on and off the course. Enroll now in golf, tennis, or social and receive significant savings on your joining fee. Whether you're looking to play golf on our renovated championship layout, hone your tennis skills in our 6 indoor and outdoor tennis courts, stick to your New Year's resolution in our fitness center, or lounge poolside this spring and summer, the Greens offers something for the whole family. Looking to connect with others in the community? The club offers a wide variety of social events for all ages, including wine paired dinners, family game nights, networking events, kids night out, and so much more. The all-new Twisted Oak Tavern provides exceptional farm-to-table food and specialty cocktails in a stylish new environment. We boast the #1 tennis program in the state, host an array of organized leagues and events on and off the course, and most importantly, continue to invest in the future of the club. Enroll between now and May 1st and save as much as $2,500. For more info or to schedule a tour, contact the membership department at 405-751-6266 or visit thegreenscc.com.
Talk Radio's new generation, 1520 KOKC.
You're listening to Rise Above Radio.
Follow the show at Rise Above KOKC. Be a part of Rise Above Radio at 405-478-1520 and 1-866-530-5662. It's time to rise above.
Sonia is in Florida and wants to talk to David. Sonia, you're on Rise Above Radio.
Yes, David Thomas.
Yeah.
Your mother is so proud of you.
Uh-huh.
It took years for you to get here. I had to back away and not speak with you and not give you money. And oh my God, that was so hard because I never knew what would happen to you or where you would go or where you would wind up. Whoever this ranch is and whoever Joe is, I want them to know I thank them from the bottom of my heart for giving me my son his life back. And for letting me know that my son will live now. At least I know I can wake up every morning knowing he's alive and not wondering if he's in a ditch dead. For that, I thank the good Lord Jesus and Joe and this ranch. And Patricia, his girlfriend, is awesome for standing by this young man. And for y'all being by him is awesome.
Yeah.
And if there's any way that Florida, the United States, all should support this program and help people like him. I had a pastor tell me to shut my door and shut my phone off and change my number in order to help my son and my daughter. And that was the hardest thing in the world I ever had to do.
Imagine.
Yeah, and that is the thing, you know. We get so caught up in ourselves, we become monsters, you know, and that's what I was. I was a monster. I was scared of myself, and I was scared of the things that I'd done to myself and other people, you know, and that's one of the things that I had to make amends for, and I make that daily by living amends, you know, and that means a lot. Thank you, Mom.
David, I am so very proud. You have come so far, son.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, Joe.
This is why we do what we do right here. You know, we always say if we could just save one life, Get one guy in recovery to really buy into this and really start doing the right thing. Start keeping their side of the street clean. And so
I've
so
spent
amazing.
years on my knees praying for this child.
Well, guess what? Don't stop. Please don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop.
We're just getting started. And
By no means am I going to stop.
It's going to be so amazing.
Lord, I
I
handed it, laid it at Jesus' feet, and said, Jesus, you got to deal with it. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's it, and that's one of my prayers every day is let go, let God. I can't, He can, so I guess I'll let Him.
Right.
My best decisions got me where I was today. So you know what? I'm just going to read my Bible and go by His decisions.
Yeah. Amen, dude.
Amen to that.
It's so amazing what God has done in just this short time. And so it's going to be so cool to be able to see, where is David? Where is David the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years? Because I think it's going to be amazing because God's going to continue to show off.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Sonia, not only proud of David for what he's accomplished with his own battles and struggles too, but look at Boss Man now coming on the air talking about where he's been, what he did. As I mentioned before, from being broke, busted, and not to be trusted, dude, to coming in and talking on that microphone.
Yeah.
And that's what I want him to know. I am so proud of him. Do not stop, baby.
Yeah.
There's more lives that needs to be saved. I've spent hours praying for you and Heather and Lamar and Mary and all of your little friends you used to bring to my house. All of y'all being on drugs and strung out. And me telling y'all every day, Lord, y'all don't need to be here. I love y'all. Y'all need to stop. There's more to life than this. And I've spent hours praying for every one of you, Carol, all of you. And God knows I am so thankful for what you're doing. And if there's any way I can support you or help you with this program to make sure that people know that y'all are there and that addicts can get help.
Yeah, amen. Well, you're doing an awesome job right now. Just that you're giving hope right now to other mothers that are out there that are struggling, that are on their knees praying for their kids. Both of us are living examples that God is everywhere, and He is answering our prayers even if we don't know or expect them. They are there, So you are doing an amazing job right now. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I love you. Keep up the good work. My church, Victory Life, is so proud of you and your sister. It is not funny.
Awesome. That's awesome. Sonia, thank you for listening. We really appreciate you, and don't be a stranger, all right? Even if my man David's not here, I want you to listen and
absolutely.
And come in.
Yes, I have you on my phone. I just found you. His sister sent it all to me, and I was like, tell me now how to get to it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, have a blessed day, and thank you for calling in.
Y'all have made me have a most wonderful Christmas. Thank y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Yes.
This was my most best Christmas present a mother could ever get.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
My first one sober in
Forever.
Yeah. Since I was about 13.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me.
My son, David, you gave me the most awesome Christmas present you could ever give me today.
Amen.
Right
Amen.
now was what you did.
Amen.
Yeah. That's awesome. And it wasn't monetarily. It wasn't some huge thing. It was because you took care of yourself and you got sober and you got clean. And you were living the life that you deserve, man.
Amen. Amen. And that is just it. And I love it. That's why it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing walk.
So good.
Yeah. I had somebody tell me one day, about, because, that trigger, man, they asked me about my daughter in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And they said, I got a little 6-year-old. And they said, oh boy. They said, Matt, give her the best Christmas present you could ever give her, right now, and yourself as well, is to get sober, man. And so it was December 22nd, 2016 when I went in and my rock bottom. And so I talked to her, and I had a couple of months removed from that last drink. And, I said, well, it took us a while to get there, but we had a sober Christmas. Even if it was 3 days sober, by God, I had one.
Yeah, amen. Yeah.
So this will be the first. Hey, Rise Above Radio, this is a new thing we're doing right here on 1520 KOKC. You can follow us on Facebook, Rise Above Radio Show, hashtag Rise Above KOKC. We want you to chime in. We want to hear from you because this is, it's all about community. I don't want to sit here and bloviate for 2 hours about my story, but if we can have just a rotating door of people coming in to help and share their story, just like your mom called in, bro.
Yeah.
Huge. That's what this is.
Yeah, that is what this is all about, and that reunification right there, that's the first time I've talked to her, like, probably on the phone in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we did. She disassociated herself, and I did too, from everybody that I knew and loved. The addiction just had me so stuck in myself that I was just
Yeah.
You know?
No, I hear you, man.
She doesn't want to be an enabler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, good for her because you just see the enabling, and that's a tough thing, dude.
It
is
is.
tough. You know,
It is.
my sister's probably listening right now. I call her Poodle. She gave me on December 22nd last year. She gave me $10. I had been drinking for like 2 days in a row. I'll get it for gas. I'll get it. It's going to be gas,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I bought hooch and went home. You know, I've done that. I could totally admit it. Transparency.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We need to, but we'll be right back. This is Rise Above Radio and Talk Radio's new generation. We are 1520 KOKC.